What's up, beautiful people? Attack hat, right? It's cold today here in Florida, down in the 40s. But hey, you gotta appreciate everything, right? So look, sorry y'all, that's my frequency stuff. Stop worrying and all that. It's frequencies for everything, like I said, y'all. But I just had a lot of things to put out, but I really, for the record, need to put this out. Um, this is on the record to the best of my knowledge, ability, with dealing with the memory issues, right? The PTSD and everything. But I just want to show, how unfair these courts are. This Judge Hernandez, Baggy Hernandez, whatever, right? This asshole. Speaking of which, when I said I had to apologize, I told y'all I'm surrounded by these three Amazon female deputies, I guess, right? At least they look that way to me, but hey, I wasn't worried. And then the one behind me still. And so, again, after what I saw they did to Spencer, it was playing. That's why I kind of tried to hit him with my elbow, right? Because I already saw they're trying to get rid of my second mind, my second eyes and ears, right? They're trying to get my backup out of here. And sure enough, that's exactly what they did. And again, you see all the hostility toward us. And so I had to constantly be aware of this, And when I say y'all hear me laughing in there, that moment I stayed in the moment of me, right? But still, it's impact that they're still going on with this. How bad it's gonna get. They're gonna trap me up on some legal stuff. But that's what they're gonna try to do. The judge already kind of played himself, right? Um, but yeah, I was talking, right, and I was like, these people, they're here to cover their ass. They're doing all this. They don't know all this evidence is fake, right? And they're trying to cover their ass. And that's when he was like, "Oh, well, Mr. Bowen, I've been nice with you, and blah blah blah." And so but you cuss, and then and then he gonna bring up again that the military. You say you had 24 years in the service, So again, y'all, I know they're already ready to kick me out, right? They're trying to poke. No, I can't give you what you want. That's where the power comes, right? So because I wanted to say, hey, look, what did I say first of all? Because I only said ass, right? So I didn't say no other cuss word at all. I just said they weren't trying to cover their ass. And that's when he caught, and he's gonna say that, right? So I'm like, okay. And it's a good thing, right? I tell people I don't know, a year ago, I lost my ego. So you're not gonna be able to push buttons on me, right? Okay, I play your game. And so I already knew the intent. So that's why I was like, okay, I apologize, but I really wanted to tell that face ass reptile that I can talk shit to you because we out of court. You can be mad when I come back, but you're already evil. You're already gonna do what you're doing. You're already planning this shit. So fuck you. And all y'all other ones up in there, prosecutor, you're a racist ass reptilian, Ruben. Hey, they got rid of the other guy, right? The assistant, because I scared the shit out of him. He didn't even show up. He going to jail. And still ain't scared of them, man. Fuck it. They're gonna do what they're gonna do, right? But I ain't showing you no respect. So anyway, but for the record, I want to let y'all know, right, really kind of what happened. And the best I can do is just go by the paper I had and how it absolutely happened. So after they took Spencer, and then basically he just asked me to talk. Now, ain't nobody. This guy, I'm in here out of nowhere, right? And that caught me off guard. Um, Prosecutor never said anything. When did he talk? Right? I'm just in here talking. And so I realized that. So, okay, let me take advantage and do it. See if they ain't going to let me record and all this real time. I went straight down and looked my little cheat sheet, right? And I went down and I was telling him all these things on here. And, Spencer hit him too. Motion to dismiss, There's no evidence. This is void auspicio. I knew I knew I was gonna stumble and say it right. So I said it was fraud from the start, right? I challenged subject matter jurisdiction again. I said I've never been read my rights. They haven't charged me with anything. They have never asked me the insufficiency of pleading. I challenge it. I said all these things. I went down. I said this committing fraud on the court, violating the Brady Giglio Act because they know all this evidence they have for this fake eviction from retaliation, which automatically is illegal, which automatically stops everything. Should never have went any forward on my behalf, and they should have went after the crooked ass people for Pierce Realty Group brand Oasis at Brandon Apartment. And that judge, that stupid ass lawyer they got, Barron the third or whatever, right? But they come after us, me. Go after Jamarcus Russell, this clerk who wrote on this signature for the Secretary of State, fake ass thing, or Elaine Welch, whoever that is. I'm telling them all this stuff, right? I'm like, you violated. I requested ADA support. You denied that. It's been in the system since you started. You refused my reasonable accommodations ever since I've been going in. You violated my civil rights, right? I started going down. You violated USC Hate Crimes Prevention Act, conspiracy against rights, deprivation of rights under color of law. I went down the list, y'all, and I even went down a pattern of practice that's just an habit, because we all know this is what they keep doing to other people. And I was going on with it, right? And also official misconduct. And I'm just going through the paper. There's fraud on the court. Again, I'm repeating these things. And I tell them, hey, I said, and they're not even telling me what I'm arrested for. They're going to argue, halfway argue that I can't say nothing about the rent stuff, but yet this is the damage. This is the paper, y'all. I'm sorry, but I know y'all can't see it, but this is the paper where the evidence is. All they have on here: writ of possession, order, defendant's motion to stay, writ of possession, final judgment for possession, order, entering default, body cam video. Oh, that's cool. Final notice, eviction, writ of possession notice. It was what, 5 of them in there? There's 5 body cams, right? And I told them, I said, so here's what they arguing. Here's what they put in evidence. Yet the whole point is, why was I arrested, right? You got Deputy Mean who said I physically attempted to re-enter after being warned. He lied. He said, and he also, y'all seen the video, he's gonna claim that Baez, he saw him after he gave me the papers that day, 31st. He said he gave me the papers. He saw it, right? Then you got the other ones. All of them say, let's see, Baez bumped the deputy. He was immediately placed under arrest for trespass. Or Bolden stated that he was going back inside. See, stated I was going back, and bumped his chest with the chest of Deputy Gay, attempted to gain entry. He was immediately placed under arrest for trespass. Right? Then y'all saw the video. He says body cam worn all the time during his service. The other one, me. Bolden began to walk towards the resident after ownership was transferred. So he's saying that they already had possession of the place, and I tried to go back in, which y'all see is lie. They had no paperwork to trespass me. Then he said, Bolden did not comply with lawful commands and attempted to forcibly enter the residence, passing the deputies standing in front of the front door. Yeah, blocking my door. As a result, Bowden was placed under arrest at this time of investigation. And he lied through here, right? He said something I was identified by name. Y'all clearly see they didn't know my name. Then he said I was identified by a driver's license. Yeah, after you went through my wallet and took stuff out. What is that? McIrvin, the geek with the glasses, right? I think that's his brother following me around. Again, Bowden was observed to aggressively step toward Deputy Gay, who was standing in the front door of the apartment. Bowden was observed to bump his chest against the chest of Deputy Gay. Y'all see that? No, right? But that's what they charge, right? And here's the charge. No, y'all can't see all that, but I'm just trying to go through it, right? Because I know we got to get to work. Because we got to stay all the way up on them. Because these freaking reptiles are working day and night, and there's many of them, just to do this, right? So now the so-called state, what is it? Susan Lopez, state attorney, 13th district, they want to go ahead and charge me with trespass. Okay? Went through that. Okay. Then I went through this with the judge, right? This is the law, Florida statutes, right? 810-08, right? Trespass in a structure or conveyance. Whoever without being authorized, licensed, invited, willfully enters or remains in a structure, conveyance, having been authorized, licensed, or invited, is warned by the owner or lessee of the premises. That's me, right? So, but if this I didn't belong there, that would apply, right? Number two, part two that's part one. Part two is except as otherwise provided in this subsection. Trespass is a structure or conveyance is a misdemeanor of second degree punishable by blah, 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 right? That's all that is. So it's really nothing, right? It's just, if there B, 2B is, if there's a human being in a structure or conveyance to trespass, attempted to trespass, the trespass or structure is a misdemeanor, first degree. So basically somebody in there, and I go in there, that's a first degree. Okay, men said that apartment wasn't mine. They were there, and I was trying to go in, right? So they would charge that, right? Or C. They couldn't say C because I wasn't armed, right? That's what C goes to. So I brought this up to the judge. Like this smart ass lawyer, he think he's smart ass, right? But you wasn't. You gave thank you for the help. Because what he pointed out was in that first bullshit hearing, right? Hey, you charged him with 810.08 2A. 2A is not a crime. It just describes what the punishment is. And what it is it's a misdemeanor of second degree. He said, and I said too, right, yesterday, if I didn't belong there, they would have charged me with 1. They couldn't charge me with C, 2C, because I wasn't armed. It was arms in there because it's my stuff. But I brought that up, right? I said, in second law, even out of that. Now they saying that the reason for my arrest was bumping the guy in the chest, which obviously didn't happen. Now they're saying a trespass, but yet ain't charging with what trespass. And then it was warrantless. They entered my home without a warrant, a warrantless arrest. Okay, so I went to him, y'all. I was ready, right? I came in. I said, okay, let's go. I'm going through the stuff we see this morning, right? Like I said, that morning. I said, there's only 2 occasions you can arrest without a warrant. I said, and one is trespass at the airport. It's 2, trespass on school grounds. Those are the only 2, right? Warrant was required. I go back down and I'm going into the fraudulent arrest, all this stuff, right? And I'm going into the 25 things you can't do to us that they done to me. And this guy says, well, um, the prosecutor, that asshole got up, right? And he says, well, we're off from 6 months and blah, blah, blah. I ain't even hearing whatever he's saying, right? Dude, sit down. And then basically the judge's like, well, obviously he's not going to hear it. And then I finished this, right? And the judge's going to say, well, you presented all the evidence, blah, blah, blah. However, that's not for this court. What? Dude, you need to dismiss this case. There is no evidence. This is fraud on the court. Prosecutor gets up in line and said, oh, we had a hearing. A hearing where a judge recused himself? That wasn't no hearing. Where were your witnesses? Who testified and said I did not belong there? Where's these deputies to say why they actually arrested me? So I don't want to keep this long, y'all, but I just want to let y'all know that's really kind of the flow of what went, the way it went. And I presented everything. I checked the website today, still nothing's on there yet, so I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to keep on pushing, right? I'm going to keep on attacking. Love y'all. Peace. Keep on. Later.